What's up, guys? Ivan here with getivan.com, and in this video, I'm going to be doing something a little different. I'm going to drop Quora into SE Ranking's keyword, uh, their competition tool, and take a look at the keywords that might be ranking for Quora in Google. So the idea is I haven't answered any Quora questions in several months, and I might like to answer a variety of common SEO questions based on hopefully search volume. We'll have to see where I can maybe insert some of my answers, and maybe we can do a follow-up somewhere down the line and see if it's generated any piggyback traffic. So let's take the URL. Let's go to SE ranking. I'm going to drop Quora in here. Pardon me. And it kind of shows domain metrics and Google ranking keywords. Quora operates on the principle, as many of you probably know, of just long tail blogging. If you ever wonder, like, how long should my content be? Well, take a look at a Quora answer. It's oftentimes they're pretty short. Like, a variety of answers can go into a Quora page, but not really a whole lot of core content necessarily. Of course, a bunch of answers could be considered long form content, but I've seen really short answers like ranking for some significant things. So this is a great example of content marketing really working really well. So once we put the URL in here, excuse me, we're selecting USA, and then we probably just want to type in SEO here in the search bar. It won't take too long, and then if we sort by volume, so it looks like, let's see, we actually probably want to sort by, we could sort by volume and then just kind of go down and look for the position, or we could sort by position and then look at the volume. Maybe it would be easier to do it this way. And well, maybe not. Let's see. Then we can just select the ones that are the most. Well, actually, you know what? It'd be better to do volume, and that way we can definitely hit the terms of the biggest gravity and pardon me, um, find the ones that are highly ranked. And just to comment on some of these, the pages with the forward slash here on the root domain, though I believe those are answers. But the subdomain, I looked at this a while back, and I was doing a video on this or on something or other in Quora, and I was trying to figure out how these people are getting these subdomains, and I think, let's look at this thing here. I think it's spaces. Let's see. Yeah, I think you can make a space. Yeah, and it gives you a subdomain. So there's a Web 2.0 method there. Pardon me. And it has certain advantages. Like, there are certain things that you can, the ways that the content is shared. Like, when you're posting to answers like these, since if you're posting things from Quora, it will actually show little windows into the content instead of links. And so what I've saw some people doing in the past is they were making content inside of a space, and then they were sharing the space URL. And what looked like was happening was Quora will, because in some cases, Quora will not show publicly on the answer. They won't show your answer sometimes. Like, if you posted a bunch, or if they find a link to be suspicious in there. In some cases, they'll only show an answer if it's, excuse me, if it's uh, if if a person is logged into their account, and but what you want is for it to show up publicly without any login, right? And you want it to be right up there at the top. So one of the things I noticed that some guys were doing was they were creating an authoritative piece of copy and answer into a space, and then they would go and then they would share that space link in a bunch of different answers, and Quora would show like a window into the space answer. So it's like this really sneaky way of being able to get that copy in a lot of places, and they don't, to my knowledge, they don't really throttle the space, internal linking. They only give you problems if you link externally. So something to keep in mind. Not sure I'll try that hard, but yeah, I just want to make a comment there. Interesting to see the search volume for whatever this company is and how close they are to that space is to ranking. It's pretty curious. Anyways, let's take a look at these positions here. Pardon me. There's got to be, let's see, dizzy and nauseous. Oh, I see. Did it not? Oh, nauseous contains. So SEO. Whoa, wait. Oh, yeah, I see SEO is in there. Okay, so that's not cool. You have some nonsensical things in here. SEO and marketing. Guess we're just going to have to sort through some of that stuff. Let's see. Actually, let's do a filter. It should be a way to do a filter. Yeah, here we go. So we'll say minimum of 10, right? That should work. Apply filter. So still 30,000 keywords. And how do I draw? Okay, let me click this here. Position 10, that did not work. Let's try it again. Let's try 1 to 10. Maybe that'll. Okay, that seems to have worked. I was thinking I could I could put it over here. I was just not thinking clearly, I suppose. Okay. So we got a lot of wild things that aren't quite SEO. Not sure how to sort those out. SEO minion, mouse over, macro. So that's clear. SEO freelancing. Here you go. So that would be interesting to see. How do I start SEO freelancing? That's a good question. So that's really the first question there. And I will answer that fully in writing on the answer, and then I'll embed this video so guys can see all the answers to those things. But a quick answer to that. Let's take a look at some of the. Where's the answer? Did I lose it? Where did it go? SEO freelancing. Oh, I see it there. Oh, I see. It's pulling up the. Let me pull up the answer fully here, and then we'll throw up a tab. How do I start SEO freelancing? Do not promise what you can't deliver. Do not overextend your resources and get a reputation for poor performance. Do not tell the customer what he or she wants to hear. Tell them what they need to know. They will respect you for it. So this guy is telling you what you shouldn't do. Variety of overseas answers. Brush up on your SEO skills. Let's see. This guy says, to become a freelancer in any skill, you need expertise in that domain. Applying SEO practices. SEO is a more practical approach. You can't just learn with theoretical knowledge. Well, let me give you my answer. In order to begin SEO freelancing, obviously you have to know like what is involved in SEO. And the short answer to that is content. And it's either content in your website or in some sort of property that has the ability to rank in Google. You can even do SEO like through Quora here. Like I'm sure if you could create questions, like even, anything that ranks in Google, whether it's Quora or it's YouTube or, any other entity that has the ability to rank, even social media pages. You can rank social media pages inside of Google. But most of the time people set up websites and they blog. So basically you need to have some sort of entity that's where you're able to put content on the page. And that's pretty much the basics. Like you need to create content on some sort of entity. And the easiest way to do that is through long tail blogging. So like big questions, like this is a long tail question. How do I start SEO freelancing? less competition would be something like, how do I start SEO freelancing in Mexico City or something like that, that'd be even less competition. So the the more obscure the phrase, the easier it is to rank just by creating the content. But if you just put the keywords on page for the things you want to rank, you can grab a tool like Keywords Everywhere. It's a really cheap tool. You load $10 into there and you can do keyword research and find low competition terms. Or you can grab a more expensive tool like SE Ranking or Ahrefs, SEMrush. SpyFu they have a deal right now for only $10 uh, a month if you go through their deal. So find a way to look at keyword phrases, long tail phrases. Even through Google, you can do, like if I typed in, how do I start SEO freelancing? Then you can look at the people also ask. So how do I start SEO as a freelancer? How much do SEO freelancers make? Is SEO best for freelancing? How do I start my SEO career? Those are the people also ask. That's an easy way to get quick rankings. If you answer those directly, or straight up answers, then you have a higher likelihood of getting featured in the snippet. And then also down here, there's related searches, and those are other ways where you can acquire keywords really easily. So if you answer any of those questions in some kind of content, whether it's a website that you own, or social media pages, or that have the ability to rank, of course, or Quora or YouTube, you basically just kind of want to look around and see what has the ability to rank, and use something to get content out there. Pardon me. And then, once you have content on page, then when you drive backlinks to your content, it gives you a better opportunity at ranking for those things. So SEO is pretty much content on one page and then content on another page pointing to that other content. So that's pretty much all it is. That's how you start SEO freelancing. Like you start, the easiest thing to do, like novice SEO, would be on page. So it's just learning how to set the meta title and the meta description, just having a basic understanding of handling keywords like these things here. Intermediate SEO is learning how to find more complex phrases like I just showed you, and blogging a lot on those topics, and then internally linking to your content, from your assets. That's intermediate SEO, internal linking, SEO silos. Advanced SEO would then be backlinks, learning how to acquire backlinks from authoritative places, and linking back to your content externally. So that's the most basic way to do it. And obviously you want to be ranking something that has value. Pardon me. Um, and then if you're doing it from a client standpoint, then you kind of want to figure out a good place to look is someplace like Fiverr here. So if we were to go up into your little buying mode here, if we switch to buying mode, let me switch my tabs here, and you could look under digital marketing under search engine optimization. This is probably the easiest way for anyone to get started in providing microservices for anything. Fiverr has the most traffic. There's other platforms like Conquer and Legit, but Fiverr is definitely the best. And you can look at see what other guys are doing here. Like this dude does on page, and some of these other guys do links. Keyword research, on page, links. Just find something that you feel like you can do, and then look at what the competitors are doing, see how they're pricing things, and try to structure your offer as a freelancer in a way that's a little bit different from what other people are doing, that has proprietary value. My recommendation is to offer your services for $5 and basically do slave labor just to build your review base. And once you get like 50 reviews, then you can increase your prices, and you'll have recurring traffic coming every month from Fiverr for free. So that'd be a really easy way to get started doing SEO freelancing. And you can also set up a Google Maps Google Maps account, little profile, and do the same thing, exact thing. Like once you can get your friends to give you some reviews. Once you get like 10 reviews or something like that, you'll start, getting some free traffic for some of the stuff that you're going for. It won't be a lot until you get over 50 to 100 reviews on your Google Maps profile. And you really need a website also if you're going to convert with your Google Maps account. But that's another good way. But so, yeah, that's how you get started with SEO freelancing. Like you can take a look at my website also at getivan.com and see kind of how I've structured things. This might change in the future, but this is how I break down services: keyword research, SEO audits, on page, off page, ORM SEO, basically. There's a variety of ways to approach things. You could just even offer just article writing content. If you specialize in a particular kind of SEO, like let me take a look at I got this old niche based keyword research file that I have B2B list people look at sometimes, but like these are all local niches. If you specialized in a number of these, like if you just did SEO for restaurants, you would have a significant niche based advantage. Like, and if you got really comfortable writing content for restaurants and structuring websites and doing all that stuff, like you could just advertise yourself as restaurant SEO freelancer. And then you'd have a much higher likelihood of being hired by restaurants to do SEO, to do website, builds, all those kinds of things. Like eh, they call it niching down in the space. So that would be one thing you could do. Let's see. Another good one on this list, like you could even sub niche into restaurants, and you could go, I just do Chinese food SEO, like, and you'd be surprised. I mean, like I talked to a guy that I'm acquainted with who owns a Chinese place. I haven't talked to him in a while because I haven't been there in a while, but like his family owns a chain, and then each family member, like they run one of the restaurants in the chain. Like they each run their own restaurant in the chain, that like they're franchising the chain between the family members. And each of them though independently has their own marketing budget. They run their own operation. So you make a connection with one good connection with one person in a family, and you do a good job for them, you can get recommendations to everybody else in the family. Like there's all kinds of niches like that. I talked to a lady once who was in the dental niche somewhere down here, and she said that she was placed in charge of marketing for her dental group. And there's like 100 dentists in the group. And they were spending like 100 grand on magazine inserts, like magazine advertising. Like you do a good job for one person in a dental group and you get referrals, like you could be set up for life. So there's a ton of ways. Like I've never niched down. I kind of just do, whoever comes my way, I kind of do what I can for them, at least to date. But there does tend to be a trend over a period of time for the kinds of businesses that you might fall into. But I do recommend this method. Like it would make things so much easier for you as a freelancer if you're going to do retainers, um, especially if you're going to do content. Like if you can tell a Chinese food place, for example, that you are really familiar with Chinese food, that you cook Chinese food, etc. Like you can find really good pictures, whatever. It's going to be so much easier for you to implement. It's going to be so much easier for you to sell. Same thing for all these other things: cafes, tattoo parlors. Let's see, a ton of food opportunities. Massage. There's an enormous amount of opportunity in salon and spa because those niches are terrible with technology. Like there's tons of them that don't even have websites. Of course, one of the challenges is a lot of people don't speak English in this space, but I mean, they can be cheap. But if you're really familiar with it, you know, and you find some places they're doing all right, have some good reviews, like on Google Maps or something, and you say that you only do, say, massage or spa or nail salon SEO, like that's a huge niche. There are tons of businesses in salon and spa, dentists, loans. There's a lot of people who do loans. So anything in finance, I mean, money is is never going to go out of style, right? So it's a big niche. Auto part, like a ton of these things here you could do. So niching down would be another way to be successful. Just specializing in like you don't even necessarily have to know anything about link building. Like that's kind of what I've learned over the years, and now that's what I've branded for. But if you just did content, you could build a whole salary around that. So that answers that question, and probably need to just end that right there, and answer some of these other questions uh, in follow up videos. So that's how I would say that's how you start freelancing. So let's post this up. And how many searches does that have? SEO freelancing 480 at position 9. Okay. So thanks for watching. That's how you start. That is how you start SEO freelancing, guys. I will catch you later. Bye bye.